3 is a rather short act when compared to the other two, not in terms of the dialogues but in terms of the events that happen. Okay, when Act 3 begins, it is night and it's the outskirts of the city. The stage is filled with people who are sleeping, okay? And Nithilai sleeps next to Aravasu. Now we are confused. How did that happen? When we last saw, Nithilai was going to be married to someone else and Aravasu had lost her, alright? Aravasu wakes up and he looks a bit, out of sorts. There's something wrong with her. He sees Nithilai next to him and Nithilai, she keeps checking to see if Aravasu is next, but when she touches, he's not there, so she sits up with a start. She looks around and sees him and goes to him, and she says, "What are you doing? It's me, Nithilai. The fever has gone down." Okay, now we are all confused. Where has the fever come from? Then we understand that Aravasu had actually gone uh, um, and seen Parvasu once more. The first time that he was dragged out, okay, but he thought that maybe he wants to meet his brother alone at night time, so he went again, and his father never came to met him. Instead, he was met by some soldiers who beat him up very badly and left him to die. Okay, and some actors had found him with a very very high fever. So Nithilai, he is very happy to see Nithilai. He cannot believe himself when this Act 3 opens, alright. So he is very confused. He says, "How did you come here?" And that is when Nithilai says that, these are all, we are outside the city gates and all of these are starving villagers and they are here for the end of the fire sacrifice, because at the end of that sacrifice there will be a feast and they will get something to eat, so they're waiting for that. So Aravasu says, "Yes, I remember." Then he notices that there are some mehendi like patterns on Nithilai's hands and feet, so it looks like she was a bride. Okay, that's when Nithilai tells him that she has run away from her husband. So Aravasu asks, "Why did you run away? Was he bad? Did he beat you?" Okay. She says, "No, I liked him very much. He was always smiling. He was a good man, and I would have been happy with him if. But what happened is that I heard that you had been attacked, that you had been beaten. So I could not stop myself, and I ran away, and I came to see you. All right, and that is when I found you with." Such a fever. It was not very difficult to find you because everyone knows who you are. That is when Aravasu remembers that he went back to meet Paravasu, but the soldiers attacked him. But he still does not understand why did he beat him, why did he act in that manner. So he says that, "Did he think that I was married to you? Maybe he was angry with him because he married a tribal girl. Maybe he thought that I became a low caste actor." So even now he cannot believe that his brother might have put the act of killing his father onto his brother. He thinks of other silly reasons why his brother might have acted in the way that he did. Okay, so he does not understand and he says, I want to meet him again. But Nithilai stops him and he says, "Do you really think he's going to tell you? Do you really think he's going to meet you?" Okay, but he only says that, "I only worshipped my brother, but he betrayed me. You are the someone who I let down, but you are here helping me, risking everything for my sake." Okay, and he apologizes to her. So he gives Nithilai gives him some fruits, all right. And then that is when Aravasu asks, "How long has it been since you left home?" And she says, "3 days." And Aravasu is shocked. He says, "3 days? Are you crazy? Your hunter tribe, they have these very very difficult ideas of vengeance and revenge. So if someone runs away from them, they go after them and kill them, because that is their idea of pride." So Nithilai says that, "Yes, as soon as you are better, you are sick, as soon as you are better, we can go away, run away from here, disappear somewhere. But we don't have to live as husband and wife, we don't have to live as lovers, because I have already been married to a man and I cannot I cannot cheat him further by living with you like that. We can be like brother and sister and you can marry someone else." But Aravasu says that, "I won't marry, just having you near me is enough." All right. um, that is when she tells him about the actor's family who saved him, and Aravasu says that he wants to make another attempt to meet his brother. All right. And he says that, "I think it was all my brother's act. He did not want me to marry you, so instead of that he killed Yavakri, then he killed his father. All of these dead bodies are like obstacles on my road." okay, and all this is done so that I will not marry you. Everyone, even his wife, all the priests, everyone is planting these corpses in my way. So Nitilai says that you are talking nonsense, okay. So Aravasu says that you don't understand, you and your hunters have very very little magic, and you don't do such things, but Yavaraki father and brother, they are very powerful. They can even bring out terrors from the womb of the earth, like the Brahma Rakshasa, okay. They can do anything. You cannot even believe, you cannot even imagine the kind of things that they do. All right, so he is very well convinced that all these corpses, all these dead bodies that are following him are the doings of his brother. And he says that I have to do something, because if such an evil man continues to be the chief priest, instead of rain, at the end we will have a rain of blood. Okay, so Nitilai says that leave that to the gods. It's not something that we have to do. Okay, stop thinking about revenge, because see what happened. Look at your family. Yavaraki tried to take revenge for his father's death, and he attacked your sister-in-law, and finally he died himself. That his father, or Raibhya, tried to avenge her, take revenge from her by killing Yavaraki. Your brother killed your father for revenge, okay, and now you want revenge. Where will all this end? Where will the dead bodies end? So Arvasu says, what do you want me to do? Do nothing. And she says that it's better to do nothing than to become a man that you hate. Okay, so instead of becoming evil like your other family members, it is better to not do anything at all. So he says, become what is left for me to become. I am already a sinner in the eyes of the world. I am already a killer in the eyes of everyone. Okay, and Nithila is saying, why do you care about all that? I have left my husband. Okay, but even I am not pure, but you are. Your hands are clean, and you should remain that way. We don't need this world. Let's go away somewhere else. All right. So that is what she says. Okay, that's when the actor manager comes in, and then he's happy to see that Aravasu is feeling much better. And then he talks about how his own brother's foot was injured, and he lost his father, and it is when he went to cremate his own father that he saw Aravasu's fevered body lying there, and he used the same stretcher of bamboos that he used to carry his father's dead body for carrying Aravasu back to this place. And he says that I only brought you here. It was Nitilai, and she's a hunter woman. She belongs to a tribe, so she has skills of many herbs that can cure many things. So she is the one who actually saved you. She is the one who nursed you. She's a very extraordinary girl, and you should be lucky that she's here. Then she says that I don't know what she is to you, but you should always take care of her. She has also started taking care of us, because we are actors. We never stay in one place, but we were all hungry and starving. My children were starving, but ever since Nitilai has come, she has made sure that she gets food from somewhere else, maybe fruits, maybe meat, something or the other. She knows where to get it, and that's why we have become dependent on her, and we will also be moving when you go away from her. All right. So that is when Nitilai in the meantime had gone to look for more food, to forage more food. And when she goes into the forest, she sees that her brother and her husband are there. So they have come looking for her. Okay, and they are in their hunt mode. And she runs back, and she comes to them. But in the meantime, Aravasu was asking the actor manager, will you see if I can dance well? And that is when he performs a dance, and the actor manager is very very impressed. Before that, there is one small dialogue that is also important. Okay, he says that about how he had gone to bury his father where he had found Aravasu. So Aravasu said, why do you bury your dead? Won't they rot in the earth? Okay, so the actor manager says that what are we in our mother's wombs? We are also like worms. Okay, so we will go back to that and that state again. Okay, when you burn a body, you destroy it, but we are coming from the earth, and we should return to the earth. Okay, so they are of the belief that their ancestors were also actors, and they were all coming from the earth, so they have to return to earth after death. All right. So after that, Aravasu performs a dance, and the actor manager is very very impressed. He says that you are very good, and he says that there are only few days left, maybe you should act in my troupe. but then he says that no, I am a Brahmin, how can I do that? Okay, and that is when Nitilai comes back. He says that no, I can't act because Nitilai and I have planned to run away, so we'll go after that, he says, but he does not agree. He wants to go. That is when Nitilai comes running back. She's frightened and she tells them that she has seen her husband and her brother and they have come there to attack, and the only way in which she can remain safe is if Aravasu remains in the open. That means they already think that Nitilai has run away with Aravasu, but if they see Aravasu out in the open and they see that Nitilai is not with him, they will think that she's gone somewhere else, right? So that is their plan. So that is why Aravasu agrees to take part in the play. All right, the actor manager says that what is better, to be out in the open than to rehearse in a play. So that play will be held in front of the entire public, so everyone will see that Aravasu is here but Nitilai is not. In the meantime, Nitilai will go and hide in the jungle. All right, so that is what they decide, and Nitilai decides to go and hide. That is when Nitilai says that Paravasu will never agree to Aravasu becoming an actor. So Aravasu says that Paravasu himself has ostracized me. He himself has called me a demon. He himself has made me an outcast. Now he can't stop me from acting because I am not a Brahman anymore. I am a killer. He has thrown me out from my caste. So it does not matter, if I sing and dance, but how can I do that when you are in danger? So she says the jungle is like a home to me. I will always be safe. Okay, so the actor manager says that I am a selfish man, and I would like you to perform for me because that will make us rich. Okay, and he agrees to Aravasu agrees to play the part, and the actor manager says that I will play the part of Indra and you will play the part of Vitra. We are going to do the play of a struggle between Lord Indra and the demon Vritra. Okay, and he'll have to play Vritra because Vritra mostly has dancing steps and very less dialogues, and there is no time for Aravasu to learn the dialogue, so this role is better for him. Okay, so that is what they do. Okay, they agree to put up a play. All right, and Nitilai agrees to go into hiding. Okay, then yes, that is when she says that there's a very important dialogue. He says that is there any way, Aravasu says, that you could watch the play? I would really like it if you could watch the play. It would give me so much courage. But Nitilai says that I wish I could, but it's too dangerous for me to come out in the open. Okay, so she agrees with Aravasu and says that come out here to this point where we are standing now after the play, and there will be so many people who have come to see the play. We will fade away with them. Okay, I'm glad you are not playing Indra. I'm glad that you are playing the demon Vritra. Why is that? Because Nitilai says that she does not like that god of she does not like Indra. Aravasu asks her why. She says that he is immortal. Indra is immortal, and when someone cannot die, someone can't die or doesn't die, what can he know about anything? Okay, he won't care about anything because death is one thing that drives people to do things. And if you don't have death to look forward to, if you are not afraid of death, nothing can stop you from anything. Okay, he can't change himself, he can't create anything. Okay, I like Vritra because even when he's triumphant, he chooses death. So she's talking about that story of Indra and Vritra. Okay, of where even when Vritra is the one who actually wins in that struggle between Indra and Vritra, but he chooses death because he thinks that that is a better escape. But Indra is someone who's immortal, who has no escape. So she says that if flowers did not know where to fade and die, would they ever be born? So death is very much important, she says. That is a very important dialogue that she says. All right, and the essence of that will become clear to us towards the end. Okay, and one second. Saying that she goes and it's better, she says, that even Aravasu doesn't know where she is going to hide because that is the best way in which she can remain safe. So she asks him to concentrate on his rehearsal, and she says that I'm sure your dancing will bring the rains. She says goodbye and disappears. all right. And then the actor manager appears. He brings the mask of Vritra the demon, and he says that you should surrender yourself to the mask, you should become your character, surrender and pour your life into it. Okay, prostrate yourself before it, become low, pray to it, enter it, then control it. Okay, so these words will also be important in the epilogue that is to come. So with that, the act 3 comes to an end, where Aravasu is almost in a trance. He's not himself, all right. And the stage darkens, and we are coming back. Remember, when the prologue ended, Aravasu was on stage ready to put on the act. So when the third act ends also, we are coming back to that position where Aravasu is in costume and is inside the play. So the play within the play is going to happen in the epilogue session. All right. Thank you.